Hey everyone, Simon here. Today marks the release of Title Update 1.0.6, which brings a brand new free quest called a Critical Encounter. In it, you will meet and recruit a brand new Portuguese-born ally called Rufino, who happens to have one of the greatest mustache in all of Assassin's Creed history, by the way, and unravel yet one more branch of the threat that looms large over Japan. But let's not kid ourselves here. The reason why I'm appearing in this video today is to make good on the threat I laid out a couple weeks ago. Roll footage. None of you would be unscathed. Well, today we're debuting our brand new Nightmare difficulty setting. Once again, combat and stealth difficulty can be set independently of each other, but for proper bragging rights, we suggest that you crank both of them all the way up, grit your teeth, tuck in your chin, and prepare for the nightmare. Here's some of the most important changes we've made to combat. Enemies deal much more damage with every successful attack. Dodges, block, and parry windows have been significantly reduced. Perfect dodge and perfect parries have much smaller windows as well, and they will still stagger your enemies, but it will no longer put them in a vulnerable state. You will now suffer 100% damage intake if you try to block or parry an unstoppable attack, including tempo shots. We're introducing trap attacks, which means most enemies will attack you via proximity, no matter if you're already engaged with someone else. Archers will attack more frequently, and their projectile will fly at you twice as fast as before. Adrenaline generation and ability cooldowns have been significantly slowed down, which puts much more of an emphasis on fight fundamentals rather than over-reliance on abilities. Abilities that Ronin, Warrior Monks, and Shinobi will dodge 100% of the time unless you stagger them first, by the way. And Brute types enemies will also counter these same abilities with paired action of their own, unless you stagger them first. Still feeling confident about your chances? Well, okay then, let's talk about stealth. For starters, Naoei's basic assassination damage has been reduced from 2 chunks to 1, making your gear perks that much more valuable. And if you're sitting there thinking, none of this applies to me, I'm just gonna use guaranteed assassination option, tough luck, buddy. Guaranteed assassination is unavailable on Nightmare difficulty. You want the bragging rights? You gotta earn them. Air assassination and sprint assassination both generate much bigger sound stimuli, which means that nearby enemies are much more likely to hear, turn, and spot you because detection has been made significantly faster across the board. As a matter of fact, anything below 15 meters is going to result in a near-instant detection. Kunai will no longer be retrievable after a kill, and the throw a kunai after assassination perk will now cost you a kunai, which means if you don't have one, it won't work. Yasuke remains as heavy-footed as ever, but now Naoei's faster displacement, even in crouch, will generate much more perceivable sounds to the enemies. If you're moving fast, they can hear you. And in the same vein, vanishing in the shadows can only occur if you are 100% static. If you move, they can see you. Okay, now onto the enemy side of the equation. Enemies searching for you will now split into 3 pairs of searchers and watchers, making it much more difficult for you to get the drop on any of them. Anything that spooks an enemy will now trigger what we call the defensive stance, making that enemy that much more difficult to assassinate. And as if this wasn't enough, ration crates, shinobi tools, and ammo crates are far less generous on a refill. And while the team was at it, we also bumped up the difficulty settings for expert, which means that if Nightmare difficulty setting is too much for you, it's fine. It's okay, no shame. Then perhaps expert is now the perfect amount of difficulty for you. So, on behalf of our stealth, combat, and progression teams, we sincerely hope that you hate Nightmare difficulty setting. I mean love, but also hate it. Go on, go get your butts kicked on Nightmare difficulty. Bye.